Hey guys, I'm Amy and you've landed on Belle Loves Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy! I took my troubles down to Madame Rule. You know that gypsy with the gold cap tooth. She's got a pad down on 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was flop with chicks. Doesn't really work, but that's okay. I'd been that way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. Okay, that's enough of that, isn't it? Hey guys, welcome to Belle's Bargains. My name is Amy, and guess what today is? Today is Themed Thursday. And I am so excited of what I'm going to bring you today. So, this is my my potions, bottles, apothecary video that I've been working on now for, it seems like, forever. It's probably been 3 weeks. But anyway, it's done. I've worked a long, hard day today. I had to work at the store that was 2 hours away, so I'm beat. But I'm going to do this intro so I can show you what I've made. But also, it's the last chance for you to enter into the drawing so that you can win the phenomenal amount of gnomes. Hold on, I'll show you. There's a lot of them. So I'm going to give that away to one lucky winner, and you can do whatever you would like with the Gnome-tastics in your home. All right, so let's get going. So this is not what I would call, some of these are super easy, and some of these are a little bit more difficult, but whatever, there's going to be something for everybody. I had so much fun with this, and I really took staples that they gave us at the Dollar Tree and worked with that. So let's just dive right in. The first ones are the potion bottles that I found this year. By the way, if you go to last week, I did super, super easy ones, stuff like I did like this kind of stuff that the Dollar Tree gave us and made it look way better. But what I'm going to show you right now is the 3 bottles that they gave us this year in their Halloween stuff. And the first one is going to be the skull one. All right. So this was just a purple bottle. Would you want to see how I made it? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so here's the purple one that has the skull on the front of it, and I just used some eggnog, I think, paint color to paint the skull. Then I'm putting my stickers all around it. See, there's that skull that was already on it. And then we're just heating those stickers up to get them to adhere to the round of the bottle. This works brilliant. I love these. And then I've got the ribbon right there because I'm going to put a little skull capper of ribbon on the neck of this. Just cutting that in little tacky glue to put it around, and voila, there we go. Now the skull, I'm sorry, you guys know when I paint or draw it comes in really close, but I'm just highlighting parts of this with my silver marker, so I kind of go over the whole thing to make it look more silver because I want it to sort of match the stickers. And then I took and that was just a silver glass marker there. You can see it laying on the metallic marker, I'm sorry. And then I'm just taking different markers and putting little designs on it to make it look more like the stickers, matching the stickers. So nothing fancy, you guys just do this however you want to do. And then I used the gold inside of the eyes, I think. And there you go. So you can see some design on there. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's so hard when I am drawing. I pull it in so close. I think it's because of my eyesight. And I always forget, because once I'm crafting, you guys, I'm in another world. And I forget that I'm filming, and it's just, I apologize. Okay, so once we get him where I want him to be, and all shadowed up and looking super cute, now I'm going to fill in my little thing here. There you go. And I just put in some green rubbing alcohol, and that's it. Okay, so really very simple. I just did a craft on Tuesday where I did this, where I used these metallic stickers, and then I used a heat gun to heat them up. And I just put, if you can see it with light behind it, hold on, let's do this. Super cool with light behind it, because the stuff that I put in it, let's turn down. I just want you guys to see this. The stuff that I put in, wrong way. The stuff that I put in, I keep talking. The stuff that I put in there comes out green. It's green rubbing alcohol, and it looks so cool when there's light behind it. I'm not even sure that you guys can see that really well there. Will this light work better? Can you see? Not really. Oh, my light is just horrible for this. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You're just going to have to trust me. So it was green rubbing alcohol. Now, that sounds really strange, but it's absolutely perfect because you can see the green in there in this purple bottle. And then, of course, I just took the skull and redid it. And I tried to sort of, I need to turn my light back on, huh? I tried to sort of make it match like the stickers here with all the Day of the Dead kind of stuff on it, and then use that skull ribbon right along the top there. Okay, very easy, right? Pretty simple. But it stepped it up so much. And then I did the bat one, or maybe I did the bat one first, doesn't matter. I'm going to show them to you in the order I show them to you. So the bat one, I just took, it had sort of etched in bats and then this little bat on top. So what I did was I took some rub-on bats and added those to it. And then I took some wood bats and I did them. Hold on, I'll show you. Okay, by the way, here they are before I started decorating them, but I wanted to show you. The tops were glued on, and all I did was pound it a little bit, and the tops came right off, and then I just had to pick off the glue. So FYI, I thought I'd show that to you. All right, so let's do the bat one. And it's like it's sort of, I don't know, it's a crystal fogged, it's, yeah, a misty white color. I don't know what you would call it. And it already had some bats on it, but I just decided to take rub-ons and really sort of add more bats to this. So just enhancing what they've already given us as a design. And you know, that's exactly what I love to do. Okay, so after I do this, and I was trying to outline a little bit, because one of them, there was a spot on the bottle where the frostedness of it, that's what you say, frosted glass, had sort of worn off. Anyway, just play with this. It's a great way to use these rub-ons, by the way. Now, one thing I did not do, I did not put Mod Podge over the, I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. Over them, but you certainly could. All right, so these are like I call them popcorn buckets, but they're just buckets that they're selling. You get 2 in a package, and they have all these fun labels is the design on it. So I took the one off that says bat wings. I just cut it there a little bit and trimmed it all up so that I could make my little label for it. And then I got out some beads, and I thought, well, I think I'll get a little creative here and use some of these little glass beads and string them along. So I got a needle and thread. And then also that meant that I could attach it to this sign just by poking through with a needle, as opposed to putting a great big hole in it, although I guess I could just have glued it to a string or something. Anyway, and I'm just going to put some purple beads on this. I decided to go with purple as my accent on this one, because I just thought the black with the good way to accent the black bat was with some purple, because you can't really use other colors. It's got to be a dark color. So this is the metallic purple pen. I love these. The glitter pen. They're amazing. If you see them, buy them. And so I just went around and really accented the bat up with that, and then left it to dry. Once it dries, it's so good. And then this is some more of the green rubbing alcohol, but I added some dye into it. I was trying to get purple. It didn't really work, but that's okay. So I dump it out. Anyway, it doesn't work. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We tried. So then I took and decided I would paint the top of the bottle with this sparkle pen, the glitter pen, so that it would sort of match the bat. And I don't know, I kind of like the way that looked. And it's just very willy-nilly. I just sort of zigzagged a line and painted that on there. I think it looks great. And then I threw on my label, which was, you know, strung with the beads. And then those are the wooden beads that I painted with the sparkle marker. And that's it. And this guy is all done. And I think it came out. There you go. Really not that difficult. But if you guys will notice, see how I painted the top of the bottle using that metallic marker just to sort of paint the top of the purple, adding the purple into the bat and whatnot, just to give it sort of a cool effect. And then beads around here where I put the little sign, which you saw came off that bucket, that says bat wings. So I think this is super cute as well and super easy. And in this one, I don't remember what I put in there. We just saw it, right? Well, anyway, it's something in there. I think it's just food coloring, rubbing alcohol. And it just so there's something in there. There's liquid in there. And I did, as you saw, I hot glued the tops on so they won't go anywhere. All right, but then the last one of this group had this really cool thing on there that said Happy Halloween. So this was pretty. I took and glued one of the strings of lights that comes with the cork on it that's in the bottles that you can find at the Dollar Tree. I found them last summer. And I put that inside of it to light this baby up. And hold on, I'll show you. So these are the bottles that came out last summer. And they were clear bottles. There's yellow bottles. There were orange ones. And then they just had this string of fairy lights. And it was like a cork top. And there's an on and off switch. And I was like, okay, I want to light the inside of this one up because it says Happy Halloween. And I want that to be able to see. So I put it in there and it fits and it works and it's going to do exactly what I want to do. And I'm just going to glue the top of this bottle onto that so I can lift it up and turn on my lights. Now I am taking I had a red candle, could be any red candle. I just happened to have one that I was burning. It was at the end. And so I wanted to do this drip effect with the wax. And I thought it was really cool. There wasn't anything like this, wasn't, you know, bats or skulls. This was just this round top, and I was trying to figure out what I could do with that. It just didn't seem to be anything really, unless I wanted to make it a pumpkin, which I suppose was an option. So you see my candle's empty, so I pour it over there, I let it dry, and then I'm using my knife to cut it and release it from the you know, because it's on the table like that. There you go. Now I got to clean up this wax, which was fairly easy to do, by the way. It wasn't quite dry there. And now I am going to take and cut the lid so I can take the lid off, right? Because I just poured over it. So I want you guys to understand that I poured from the top over the whole thing. There you go. And so see, I have like this crust of wax there, which I'm going to leave. That's totally fine. I'm going to leave it. And then I've got to glue my little fairy lights onto the top here. And I think I just hot glued it to the very top. And then the final step, which I don't show, and I'm sorry, is I do show this next step. I took a blow dryer and I heated up the wax away from the image because I wanted it away from the image. And then after I got it away from the image, and after it dried from that, I then covered the entire thing in Mod Podge, and it works like a charm. You don't feel the wax when you pick this up. It's super cool. It worked out amazing. I will do this again with something because I absolutely loved how it came out. So I don't show this though, but I did coat the entire thing in Mod Podge. And there you go. See, I just used my heat gun to melt the wax away from the image. And then I just take a little brush and sort of brush it away. And that's it. It's good to go. dripped. I thought this ball thing on top was kind of funky. Like, what do I do with that? But it really worked out cool. I dripped wax all over it. And then I sort of melted the wax away right here where this was all. And then that Mod Podge over it, seals it in. You do not feel this wax. It's totally sealed in and it looks so cool, right? Love this one too. And just it's a nice little light up thing. Okay, and then next, hold. Okay, so next I did the other series of bottles that I got this year. I think I found all of the bottles that I used pretty much this year. And, which by the way, whoever wins the gnomes, you don't get this one because Jax found it. And inside there's rocks. I had to sweep them all up. There's like pebble stuff in there. So I bought it to put in the gnome box, but it's not going. Okay. Anyway, this series of bottles is so cute. So let's just talk about how I did each one of them. So there's these two. And then there's these two. And I'm going to show you in sequence how I did all these right now. Hold on. All right, so these 4 are absolutely perfect as is. We're just gonna do the smallest little bit to them. So air freshener, because I just love the gooey balls. I think it looks really cute. And jute twine around the neck of it. I mean, this is hard stuff, you guys. This is really hard. And then I'm gonna take one of the little skeleton hands and we're just gonna cut away at our cork top there to just wedge it into it. So I'm just using a utility knife and causing a little, sorry, we got phones ringing, and making a little divot in there so I can push the hand into it. And that's it. There we go. Now, I'm going to put that back on there. I did not glue these corks in, by the way, because, for instance, that's air freshener, and I can pop the cork off and use the air freshener in the room, right? So there wasn't any need to glue these down. And then the next one, it says bats in there. So I'm taking the bat rings and I'm just going to cut off the ring part so we just have the bat. And then I'm going to take all of them out of this package, which I don't know how many it was. Let's say it was a dozen. But I take 2 of them and glue them back to back so that they will be the topper on top of my cork stopper. The topper on my stopper. And I'm just going to a little bit of hot glue and I sort of push it into the cork. It worked perfect. Super little cute. And then we're going to put some, I believe it's just straight rubbing alcohol into this one and not very much of it. And throw our, straight rubbing alcohol and throw our bat rings in there, but they don't have the ring part anymore. So we're just like soaking bats in formaldehyde or something inside of this. Okay. And then the final thing is, of course, I'm going to take my jute twine and also top the top of this one. So that was super easy. Again, these 4 are really, really cute. But what they gave us from Dollar Tree is so perfect. These bottles are amazing. They're great colors. They've got nice labels. They were just perfect. And then I'm going to glue one little bat on the neck of it right there. There we go. And now we're going to move on, I think, to the... I thought about putting a bat down there. I don't, but I did think about it. Yeah. I was like, nah, just leave it. Okay, so green bottle, and we got green styrofoam, moldable styrofoam. That's what this is. It's kind of cool stuff, you guys. I mean, I can see using it, put it in a cauldron, coming out of a cauldron. Oh my gosh, why haven't I done that? I'm going to. So I've used the little bubbles before and then filled them with, and used Mod Podge to get them together. This stuff is amazing. Put it in a cauldron. Okay, but I'm just taking pieces out, and it's got like stringy glue that comes when you take it off. But anyway, I just plicked off pieces and pumped it in there. Now we're going to wrap the twine around the top of it, and this little sign with the skull and crossbones came off of one of the wood ones that I did this year. that all, you know, were new, or at least I'd never seen them before at Dollar Tree. But I took it off of the one that it came on originally and saved it to use here. Okay, and it's super cute. But now we are going to have this stuff flowing out of there. It's oozing out. It's overflowing. It's exploded. And this stuff works so phenomenal. So phenomenal. It's so cool. And it's just playing with it to get it, you know, how you want it to look coming, you know, on the side of the bottle. It kept sticking to me, but just work with it. Just keep going. Don't give up. You'll get what you need. And then after I get it all on there, I did go through with Mod Podge just to seal it so that it wouldn't, because if you touch it, it sticks to you, right? So I did just seal it with Mod Podge. Anyway, this one was super simple also, but it was because of buying the right stuff to use. And this stuff is perfect, and it looks perfect. So here we go, a Mod Podge. And I put it on there pretty heavy, you guys. The Mod Podge, I really did. I used matte, if anybody's going to ask me. And it's, yeah. Okay, so I think we're going to watch me Mod Podge just for a second. But again, I want to remind you guys, be creative with what you're putting into these bottles. It was so much fun to go through the store and look at different things and be like, wait, that I could put in a potion bottle. So that was kind of fun. But I'm going to buy more of this moldable styrofoam stuff. I think they have it in like a purple too. Be so cool in a cauldron, bubbling over. Okay, then that one's all done. It's drying. We look good. So move on to purple. And this was the green rubbing alcohol that I tried to put food dye in that just came out brown. So I'm like, you can go in the purple bottle because you can't see anything in the purple bottle anyway. And this one says Witch's Brew or something like that. So I was like, I don't really need to put anything in it, just liquid in it, so it's got something in it. So jute twine around the neck. This one was so simple. I didn't have a little witch's hat, which of course would have been super cute, or even a little witch's broom. I also did not have one of those. But this purple pumpkin was such a good color match. I was like, yeah, that works. It looks like a little jeweled topper. Love these. So super easy. Do you not love the little air freshener bubbles in this thing? It's so cute. And it looks really good. It looks like, you know, I'm trying to change my light a little bit. It just looks like there's like jelly eyeballs or something in there. But anyway, it's zombie brew, and just putting the hand into the cork there, some jute twine. That's it. But it looks so cute. It's so easy. And then the bat one, I just put some, you can't, man, I need a really good way to show you guys what's behind maybe this will work. So in this one, if you can see it, there's bats in there. See that? I threw bats into the liquid that's in there and then put some bats on top of it. Pretty simple. I'm just gonna put that down because I'll use it again. So pretty simple. It came out really cute. These are just the bat rings, and just to step that up just a little bit. I love how that one came out too. This one's probably my favorite of this group. So this is just that in the kids aisle, that foam stuff. And it's really kind of cool. So I stuck it all in there, shoved it in, and then had it spilling out of the top, and then Mod Podged over this. Super easy, you guys. It's so easy, but it looks so good. And this was a tag that came off of these that I did like last week. So it was, and I saved it to use it, and it looks fantastic. All right, and then the final one was, I didn't know what to do with this one, just the Witch's Brew. So this is just a purple pumpkin, and I think it's like purplish. Can you see in there? It's just some liquid. I don't know, we just saw the video. I made so many of these, I can't remember what I put in all of them. But all right, so that's those. The next group was, okay, so for this one, when I hauled these little foam skulls that are in here, look at how cute they are. I like showed you could change the color with food coloring. And so I did, But then I put them into this jar, and I put a, I think Marcus is here. I put aloe vera stuff in there, which is like this cool green color for, because it just looks like it's sitting in, I don't know, in some laboratory, and some spooky laboratory. Just a skull on top. And then used another one of those little labels from those tubs, which I bought specifically for the labels. Anyway, super easy. But look, it's aloe vera gel stuff. So perfect, isn't it? I love that one. I'm going to show you all of these in a compilation too, how I made them. And then this one is just this jar that I painted the lid and put, this is from the leathers, a couple of skulls in there, and then just filled it with all the little bones things. Just kind of cool looking. And then these two. So let me show you how I made these. Okay, I have no film, by the way, of the aloe vera sun gel stuff with the skulls, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Just look at it. I put the skulls in there with the aloe vera stuff and a skull on top. Okay, but these, so they come in that 2 package of these little bottles. They're so cute. And I have, this is the bath slime, so it's actually soap, right? So it should not grow mildew in it or anything else like that, because this is just a soap. But this stuff was hard to get in there. That little neck opening isn't very big. So here I have like a chopstick, I believe, like trying to shove it in there. I don't end up showing you the whole thing because it took me quite a long time, but my hands were super clean when I was done. I was like, but I love the colors of this purple and the green of this bath slime stuff. So perfect. They look so cool inside the little bottle, and they sort of gelled up, right? Now I'm going to take my 2 signs that I'm going to use for these. One was frog legs, and the other one was, I think, bat wings or something. I can't remember now. But anyway, so I'm going to cut those out, again, out of my, this bucket thing here. And I didn't show you me putting the green slime in, because did I really need to? No. So then I'm going to take these, and I put some shoe polish around the edge of them just to sort of age them up a little bit. And then I'm going to put some tacky glue on them. But these bottles are curved, and so what happens? This is pretty thick stuff that the bucket's made out of, like a thick cardboard. So I glue it down, and then I take painter's tape and tape it down while it dries. So I'm trying to get it to curve to the bottle, and that did work. So just a little trick there. Put some tacky glue on it and some painter's tape and get it curved around. So then, while those are drying, I'm going to fill up my little candy jar here thing with bones, right? So I'm putting all the bones in. I have some skeleton hands. I have some little skulls, and just getting them all in there. It's a great way to use up little leftover stuff too, like just to make a decoration out of it. And I'm just literally making like a candy jar full of bones. So get them all in there. I know I want to put, you know, some crossed bones on there. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I change how I do it, but I am looking at how everything's in there. So if you look at the side of it, are you seeing the bones and the hands and the skull? So I did a little bit of rearranging in there, just because where is it? What are you going to see? We want to make sure you can see the stuff that's inside there. That's part of the decoration. So now I'm going to take my lid, and you guys, I just painted it with chalk paint and let it dry. Pretty easy, and I wasn't too concerned with it being perfect, because having it look a little aged is fine, because you know this will scratch off, and I don't care, because that'll make it look cool as it scratches off. Now I'm going to take, these are the leathers, these are the sheets of leather that they're sold this year, and I'm cutting out the one that has the skull on it, because of course that goes perfect, and I'm going to cross bones through the crossbones. In the end, I put them in the back there. It just worked better. And I'm using a little tacky glue to put that on, and then I just hot glued on my little crossbones, and that's it. This one was done. So these were super easy, you guys, super cool. Just yeah, trying to use all those elements that they gave us this year at Dollar Tree that were so amazing. These leathers were super cool too. All right, so I'm going to glue the bones on here. I just used hot glue. That did seem to work fine. Maybe a little cement glue if you absolutely want to be secure and sure and make sure it stays on. But I did just use hot glue. All right, so these are done. Let's get on to the next ones. Apothecary is next. Again, this is slime, but it looks so good, doesn't it? And just putting those little labels on there so that it's just, and this was so easy, so easy. Now these are actually up on my apothecary, and I'm gonna try and get this down and show it to you without breaking anything. So let's go there next. The apothecary. So I'm gonna show you how I made my little stand, and then just tell you about a few of the things that are in there and how I made them. But it came out so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely in love with this. So right now, I'm gonna show you how I made the stand. And this came from a sign. I just hauled the sign, I think last weekend, and I said I was gonna use it for this portion of it. So here we go. Alright besties, those of you that watch me know that this is probably about the first time I've actually built something like this. So, and I just wanted, those bottles that they sold us this year were so cute, but you need something smaller to put them in and yada yada yada. So I just went through my stash. I got 3 of these boxes. Didn't matter what the pattern was on the front because this is just going to be the base for my little shelf. And I glue those 3 together. I do it with wood glue and hot glue, right? And then after I do that, I am going to take the board, which is a little, just a hanging board there, which is slightly too long, and I want to cover up and cut off the holes that are hanging off the side of it. So I'm just going to use my ruler there, and I'm going to score through the wood so that I can cut off the part that has the holes right there. See where the string is? I want that gone. I don't need that. So I'm just scoring it. This is like balsa wood. You know, it's super soft. It's super easy to do. I put it on the edge of the table and go pounce. And then just cleaning up the leftover little bits with a pair of scissors there and then sanding it. That's it. So it's that simple to cut this wood. I could have gotten out my little cutter, but I didn't. Okay, so now I'm going to sand it down. Now we're going to glue these on to the bottom. Or I mean, we're going to glue that piece of wood on top of these. So this is our little base. So let's put some wood glue and some hot glue, but I'm going to flip it over so I can visually see the distance on the sides, so I'm putting it in the middle. Alright, you'll notice that the depth on these is the same, the box tops, as that piece of wood, so that's fairly easy, but I wanted to make sure that my distance on the sides hanging over was good. I'm sorry, the distance isn't exactly the same, but I lined the boxes up to the back, right? Now I'm going to take the bottom of the box tops. They're not all the same size. It doesn't matter. It's going to work fine for me. And I'm going to glue these 3 together. So same process, right? Wood glue, hot glue. Glue them together. And that hot glue gives instantaneous hold, so I'm not having to like put a bunch of clips on there. I'm just getting it quickly put together so I can work with it. Otherwise, I would have glued and waited overnight. But I didn't. I went right to making this thing. So once I have those glued together, now what am I going to do? I need to glue my next level together. Notice, one of these has the oval cut out, one has the star. It didn't matter. I knew it wasn't going to matter. In the end, you weren't going to see that because of everything that was going on. So this is going to be my bottom shelf. So let's remove stickers because I hate those. And they came off so easy. Don't you love that? What? That's so satisfying. That could be one of those satisfying videos. So It really could be. So now I'm going to do the same thing, right? Hot glue, wood glue. Remember, we're not caring about the sides, the pattern on the side. I would have used 2 of the same. I just didn't have 2 of the same of these little trays. FYI. So I'm going to glue those down, and we're lining up the back, right? So everything is even on the back. So we're going to have this shelf in front of it. And now we're going to do the same thing, line these up on the back. So we have our wood glue, and we have our hot glue, and we're going to glue them on there. And these did not line up on the back. I'm sorry. They were slightly wider. I lined them up on the front, on the top shelf, okay? Everything else lined up on the back, but the top shelf lines up on the front. Now, we're just going to paint the entire thing in black chalk paint from the Dollar Tree. So, fairly easy to do. I'm a sloppy painter because this could be a sloppy paint job. Does that make sense? I wasn't looking for perfection. So once I get it all painted, I don't even really let it dry, although this does dry very quickly, right? I get the whole thing covered. I do front, I do back, and now I'm pulling out the eggnog. See, it's still wet in spots, and I'm going to sort of just dry brush it a little bit just to give it some age. And I don't care that it's wet because if my eggnog mixes in with the black, that's a good thing. I'll get a little gray color and some aging that way. So this is just personal preference, how much of it you do and where you do it and whatever. But I don't do a whole bunch of this. I like the effect. I just don't do a lot of building from scratch and making things. Maybe I should do more of it because I really like this. It's like so cool. Once I get that all done, then I am going to set that to the side to dry, and we are going to start taking apart the sign that I bought specifically for this. So remember that when you're looking at signs at Dollar Tree, it's not always about what the sign actually is right then. Very often it's about the elements of the sign that you can remove from it. Alright, so dry brushing pretty complete here. Put her off to the side. We're going to dry and pull up that. I went a little crazy on that dry brush, didn't I? Oh well. Okay, but it looks good. I like it. But we're watching too much of it. Oh, sorry guys. Well, at least you got to see me paint this. I mean, so often you don't even get to see it, right? Because I'm hiding it because it's so close to my body when I paint. Alright, so now we're like done with this. Now we're going to get into the signs. So I pull out this sign, which I just bought, and I loved the Apothecary shop on the top. That's what I was after. So I just pried it off. Came off really easily, by the way. But it's so perfect, isn't it? And then I'm also, of course, going to remove the skull, which is also 3-dimensionalized on there. And I absolutely loved that as well. So take those off, and now we're just going to glue them onto my Apothecary. But first, I'm going to take my black shoe polish, and we're going to paint the sides and the back of our Apothecary shop sign. I believe I did 2 coats of the shoe polish, you guys. And now I'm just making sure, what I want is it for it to line up so that it's just covering the very top of the center box, right? And it's funny, I put it on there and it's off-centered, so I take it off. I'm like, nope, that was off-centered. But just hot glue. That was it. And I'm just going to hold it down, push it down until it dries, and it looks so amazing. And then we're just going to take that skull, which I also shoe polished his sides and back, and we are going to glue him right there in the center with the top of his skull meeting up with the bottom of the shelf in the center there. Just FYI, that's if you want to know exactly how I did. And then this sign had 2 elements on the side, which I loved. So I scored and I cut off the 2 sides, which were the spiders and the bats there, and I scored them, broke it off, cleaned it up, and sanded it down. And then I take my black shoe polish and I do the same thing, 2 coats on the back, do the whole sides, and it looks amazing. And then it's just, it would bleed, but sometimes the shoe polish bleeds a little bit onto your front. Just be ready with a wipe so you can wipe it off. But it also works really well for aging things, just FYI. Alright, so get my 2 coats on of that, let it dry. I love this because I don't have to dirty a brush. It's so easy. You put a cap back on it. And I have not found the shoe polish in a while, you guys. I might have to go to another source. Oh no, that can't happen. Alright, so once I get these done and they dry, then I'm just going to glue them to the sides. And it was the perfect thing. Like, it just completely finished off my little build here. It's so cool. I will keep this. I absolutely love it. And all I did was, because it's going to stick out, it's gonna glue slightly down. I'm making it even on top. I'm trying to think of how to say this. So I've glued it next to the top piece and it's lined up the same. Does that make sense? And it slightly overlapped on the bottom. Anyway, don't you love this? It's so cool. I love it. Come on, you guys, really not that hard. But how cool is this? So cool. So let me just talk about a few things that are on it. I'm gonna get it back up there. And no, I don't have to do that. All right, so some things I didn't actually film because it was gonna get too long, and I figured I can walk you through some of these. So this is a little jar that comes with seashells that you get at the Dollar Tree. And all I did was take Mod Podge with some black paint the outside of it, and put this raven on there. And there's actually some feathers in there, if you can't really see in there, but there are. This one was one of these were the bottles that they just sell with the little charm on it. I turned the charm inside out. I put some cobwebs in there and used the spider web one from those buckets that were so perfect for cutting labels out of. This one, I don't remember, is this another seashell one? I think, yeah. And so this is slime in there. And then I just used the word moon dust, right? Moonlight. And that was from the leathers. And there's just this little piece of there's a part of it, one of the book, whatever. It says moonlight. So I cut it off and put it on there. But how cool is that slime in there? Just getting kind of creative with the things that you put in there is really, really, really cool. And then of course, these are all the little bottles that they were selling. Okay. And then I have, nope, that's it, right? Oh no, right here. This was a little jam jar that Christmas time they sell. And I just put, this one I did like purple paint on the outside with Mod Podge. And it says, if you dare, and it says, look inside if you dare. And again, these were leathers from the sheets of the leather that they sold us this year. So this is it. This is a separate thing that they sell at the Dollar Tree. But how cool does that look all together? I love it. And then one final thing was I took food coloring and I put it in a little tiny bottle. They sell these, I think you get 6 of them in there. So it looks like it's blood on a little charm necklace there. All right, I'm gonna put this back and close out. Okay, so 2 other little things that I did that I want to show you. This is it was a candle jar, but it was that cool red. I threw some vase filler in it, just regular vase filler stuff in there. And then I put, one of the little color changing lights in it. And then when you put it in there, upside down, you get this little bottle that's changing the color inside and what you're seeing. And on top of this one, I just did a rub on of like this butterfly thing. It's just sort of a lab thingy. And the final one I did was, do you guys remember, if you watch my channel, you know I melted some of my potion things. And this was one of the ones that I melted. So I just left it all melted. It says poison on it. And all I did was put room freshener balls in there because it can just sit out and it's a room freshener, but it still looks pretty cool with its the little slimy balls inside of it. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna show you all this. Let's take a closer look at all of these in a film.
you know what? It was a lot of work. It takes a lot of time when you do that many little small things. But really, honestly, the apothecary is my favorite part of it. The other ones all came out great. It was fun. But I really enjoyed making that piece, which I will keep. So, all right, what is your favorite thing? Down below, let me know. Or are you going to try any of these? Anyway, I hope you liked it. The potions ones are fun, and there's so many ways you can go with it. You can go more spooky, more scary. I just sort of went a little novelty. But of course, use your imagination when you think about what you're going to fill them with, because the slime, the what's it called here? The air clay thingy in the toy aisle. I mean, the air fresheners. Using things that aren't going to go bad, like rubbing alcohol to put in there and seal it. So those were fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys like these. It took a lot of time, so I'm sorry it took me so long to get this video out. Anyway, and don't forget, if you want to be in the giveaway for the gnomes, make sure that you like this video and that you leave a comment down below. And this weekend, I will be giving it away. So everybody, have a great day, great week, and great life. And as always, from your singing crafty crafter, I went to the corner of 69. What was it? What are the words? Da-na-na-na-mum. And that's where I found my Dollar Tree to shop at. That doesn't even work. Okay, whatever, you guys. Happy hunting at your local Dollar Tree. I hope you're going to make some of these lotions and potions and hocus pocusy kind of stuff. It was fun for me. I hope you really enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, besties.